Hey everybody, how you doing? This is Robert Hollis Jr. here with the Wednesday Unlimited Profits Q&A, or like we like to say is Ask Us Anything. As if you're on the event page right now, you can see on the video or the link below. I'll just post it right now. I had it all set up, so let me repost it here. But you guys can click that link to actually join us live and jump here and ask us anything. I absolutely love this format. We originally set it up for basically a place where anybody can come and ask any questions as far as brand new affiliates that didn't know, what to do to move forward, or if they had any questions. And I think it's a great place, not only for brand new people, but also a great place for people that are on the fence. We've had a lot of people that's decided to become pro members with Unlimited Profits purely just on the fact of how much support that we provide here. There's a lot of companies out there that are quote unquote training companies or internet companies. And really, once you sign up, the information's there. Hey, now it's time for you to go to work. Most people just get emails trying to upsell them after they sign up. But, I love, with Unlimited Profits, I always say that, we show you what to do, not just tell you what to do. And a lot of people have joined just very simply on the fact of how much support that we give here on a weekly basis. And of course, a third thing is, you can never stop learning. I know there's people that jump on that are diamonds, triple diamonds, black diamonds, that jump on just so they can be consistently taught. You might not have any questions right now, but as your team consistently grows, questions might come up in the future that you don't have the answers for, and you can jump on here and really get to learn, what the triple diamonds, the black diamonds have to say to answer those questions. So with that said, I'm gonna post the link again, and if you guys can do so, if you're just jumping on, go ahead and shoot this out to all your brand new people, all the leads that are in the back office, or even people that are on the fence, so they know where to jump on and they can basically ask us anything. So before we get started here, I just want to open the floor to some of our black diamonds. As we do this, this is an open forum, so you don't have to even ask me directly. You can actually ask the question to some of our black diamonds. We have two of them on here, Matthew Hollis and also Scott Kloster, and so I'll open the floor to Scott first. Man, how you doing, brother?
Man, you don't have to ask that question. If I was any better, I'd be triplets. Awesome. Well, I have two questions and then one from the field too. So I actually got this question: is what is the effective time best management? Morning, afternoon, or nighttime?
That's kind of a funny question. I know there's been reports that's done as far as calling leads. Todd Falcone, a dear friend of Unlimited Profits, and my father actually had this PDF of when's the best time and days to call people. So that's just as far as calling leads. But guess what? Unlimited Profits is worldwide. I just got done with a hangout with Australia right before getting on here. And guess what? It's the morning time for them. You think about Hawaii, all the way from Hawaii to New York and England and Norway that we're in, and South Africa and Australia. So as far as an effective time, I think it's pretty much any time as of right now. I think you jump on Facebook nowadays, and I know my brother can probably attest to this. As fast as the company's growing, with him having teams all across the world, if we really wanted to, we could probably be doing hangouts 24/7. So yeah, as far as the effectiveness, I really wouldn't say there is one, because even with technology nowadays, I've been talking with people on Facebook, and we're having a great conversation. I say, hey, listen, why don't we jump on a Google Hangout? We can talk a lot faster than we can type. And they say, oh, I can't. I'm at my job right now. So even they're at a full-time job, and of course they shouldn't be on the computer. They're still on their phone texting back and forth. So hopefully that kind of, I guess there's no way to really answer that, but I hope for that question that handled that.
Yeah, that does. Thanks a lot. How would you implement a person who works 40 to 50 hours a week with another career or a job?
How would you implement them with Unlimited Profits?
Yes.
Yeah, that's one. Yeah, that's one of those things that I really believe a lot of people feel that they don't have time, and it's one of those things is really how bad don't they like their job? You
Yeah.
know, we can all make excuses that, hey, I work X amount of hours a day. I don't have time for this. Well, how long do you want that to continue? I've had that question a lot that's come up even on these Q&As is like, well, how much time should I put into unlimited profits? And, my direct, bold answer is every single minute you don't like where you're currently at in your situation. I put up a recent video on my fan page. And the whole thing of it is, do you value your time? I spoke with a guy that said, listen, well, I have a full-time job and I also have kids. So, I barely get any time to see my children. So I get to see them for a couple hours. I put them to bed and I got about enough time to relax and then, go to bed and get ready for work the next day. And my response is that's why you should be working unlimited profits.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna suck to not be able to watch your TV shows or hang out with your friends or see your family as much as you want to. But we've all done that, and I know my brother and a lot of the diamonds on here have sacrificed time now. So like I love Randy. He gets to go on a 2-week vacation and come home and his income goes up. Or Molly was able to take a 2-week vacation for she just got proposed to, and they went out and traveled. Well, most people are afraid because they can't take 2 hours a day to commit to unlimited profits. But now you've got our black diamonds that can take 2 weeks off whenever they feel like it.
Yeah.
So, that's kind of tough because I know, if somebody's working like 12 hours a day, they've barely got any time for themselves. But, why not take that time to sacrifice so you can have more in the future?
Exactly.
And
I want to go ahead and now ask one more question. It's my question, basically. Yesterday I talked about if you're being approachable. How can being approachable be related to this business, like how you are on Facebook and dressing up your Facebook? Because I know if you're negative, people are not going to want to listen to what you have to say. So how is that, how would you relate being approachable to our business?
Huge. Very, very huge. And you know what? This is one of the first times we've had my brother on here, and I know him and Hannah are just killing it as far as Facebook, and Hannah goes over a little bit of that on her Facebook training, some of the new stuff in the back office. But Matthew, do you want to handle that question? How important it is to be approachable and have a professional Facebook page?
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to have professional pictures taken. It'll give you a bump up if you do go get some professional photos taken. But honestly, pictures of your dog and stuff as your main picture and stuff, you should have a picture of yourself that makes you look approachable. You should be happy in the picture. Don't look sad or upset or not smiling in your picture. And your I guess your profile banner or the top part, definitely have something that, if you can implement your name into it or whatever, just make yourself look professional. Another thing I cannot stress enough is just please do not be, even though it may be difficult, don't go out and voice your negatives. Don't voice your political negative views, even though you might see them as positive views in your opinion. Somebody else is going to see them as negative views. And if they get onto your page and you have this anti-agenda, or all they see is negative stuff against something, they're going to go, why would I want to work with a negative person? So don't be going out and sharing stuff. And another thing is, like, don't share stuff that you might think offends somebody. Like, you might think a picture's hilarious and your friends might think it's hilarious, but somebody might have, a different view than you, obviously, and they see that picture and it immediately puts them off. So I would definitely say share positive stuff, share motivational stuff, post positive and motivational videos, share those on your wall, and have some good pictures of yourself smiling, maybe having fun. Like Hannah says in your video, always have a couple, like every now and then post pictures and stuff of you doing stuff in your life that you enjoy and you have fun doing and you look excited and happy. and you're with your friends and your family, and you're enjoying yourself instead of, you know, posting pictures of like, I mean, I do this sometimes, but don't post pictures of like your food. So when they go onto your wall, it's just nothing but food, and you're like, oh well, this person likes food, but I don't know what else they do. So it's like, yeah, definitely be approachable. Have a nice picture, nice profile banner. Don't share stuff that's negative. Don't share your opinions as far as politics and religion go. I mean, you can have those opinions, just don't share them if you're looking to get everybody or some people interested in your business. And you might say, oh well, I don't want anybody working with me that doesn't share my same point of view. And I'm telling you right now, just because it's one thing doesn't mean you might not click with them on something else. So it's like, just because you have a political view and theirs is opposite doesn't mean you guys can't be friends. So definitely don't be sharing negative stuff. That's all I got on that question. I hope it answers your question.
Thank you, Matt. And just to piggyback on what you said, it actually happened recently. A gentleman reached out to me because he said, I'm just so frustrated, you know, it's not working for me. And he said that he privately messaged over 100 people in a week, and only 2 people responded to his private message. And I was going, that doesn't even sound right. What are you saying? And he copied and pasted what he was saying to people, and I go, okay, that sounds all right. And it didn't click with me, and I went to his personal Facebook page, and his default photo was he had a hat on with sunglasses, and it was really dark. You could tell it was in a car in a selfie, and I'm not over-exaggerating. The way his face looked was with sunglasses on and a hat. It's like, wow. And I actually looked on his wall, he was posting, oh my gosh, if you didn't hear the Ebola's coming back to America, watch out. And it's like, no wonder nobody wants to talk to you. You know, and even like Matthew said, as far as, you know, your personal opinions, somebody posted this on YouTube the other day or Facebook, and I just had to watch it. I know we all get distracted sometimes, but I love cars. And there's a TV show out there called Top Gear. And these guys, as a joke, they were driving through, Matt will think this is funny because Hannah, but they were driving through South Carolina, and they got to design each other's cars to offend people. And one of the guys put Hillary for president on the other guy's car. And as they were driving through South Carolina, they were having people throwing rocks at his car. All he said was Hillary for president, and now you've got a whole group of people that don't like you just because you voiced an opinion on a politician. So Matthew is so right. You know, it's good to be personal, but you know, politics, religion, stuff like that, you got to keep that as a no-no, and you know, make yourself, you know, somebody that people want to work with. You know, I always say is that you attract who you are. If you have a negative opinion and you're closed off, a bunch of negative, closed off people are going to be responding to your messages.
True.
So hopefully that helped you out, Scott.
Yeah, it definitely did. People like it when you're out and about and they see you doing things, and people really like that. So yeah, thanks a lot, and I really appreciate your guys as always helping me out and being there for me. So
hey,
you want me to stay on or?
Yeah, why don't you stay on, because I know you've been rocking it as well, and for everybody that's just joining us, I know we got quite a lot of new viewers. You know, you can go ahead and ask, you know, Matthew or even Scott any questions. They're both rocking it right now. They're both Black Diamonds, and for those of you that just recently jumped on, you can see below. What I'll do is repost it. There's a link that you can actually jump on here and ask us anything. What I'll consistently do is if you're brand new and you're kind of scared for your first time to jump on a Hangout, you can go ahead in the message board and ask your questions there as well, and I'll go back and keep checking those so we can go back and answer those. So thank you so much, Scott. Those are great questions. So moving forward, I know we had a lot of people jump on at once, so I'm just going to go in order from left to right. If you were on here before, I'm sorry, I'm not being favorites here. The first person that I want to have on is Barbara. How are you doing, sweetie?
Doing really good, Robert. Thanks a lot. Good to see you.
Good to see you. Thank you so much for jumping on.
Yeah, I just wanted to say I love the changes in the back office. I love the diamond training. It's really good. I've already learned a lot, and I was able to one of my leads was saying that he didn't have the 200 hours of training because he had been in before and gone through 34 of the videos. So I just told him they really streamlined it, and it really helped you to get a fast start with getting some people, and then you can worry about, you know, the 200 hours of training, because a lot of people are feeling overwhelmed by that. So I think it's a really good deal. So.
Well, thank you so much, and you're absolutely right. You know, I was always consistently saying it from the beginning of Unlimited Profits, is that, you know, you have to create value in stuff, and, you know, my father's time and Bill Ebert's and with the system to really give away all that stuff for free, people just weren't even valuing it. And, you know, the second thing is being overwhelmed. You know, confused people don't do anything. I'm sure a lot of people that are on here has had this, you know, response is, you know, wow, I'm really excited to work with you guys. I definitely want to go pro, you know, but I still got like 150 hours of free training to go through before I upgrade as pro. And you're like going, no, you don't understand. You know, so the pro mentorship is what you need to be watching. So we really wanted to just streamline everything, just to very, very simply make it, you know, simple for people. So thank you so much for the feedback. I've been hearing a lot of people love it as well.
Yeah, great job. Thanks so much.
Thank you. And do you have any other questions for us?
Nope, I think that was, yes, I just wanted to make a comment. Everything's going good. Thanks so much.
Well, thank you so much for jumping on and giving us your joy on the Q&A. I appreciate you, Barbara.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Too.
So the next person down the line is Mr. Christopher. How you doing, sir? I know there's a law in California that you're not supposed to talk on the phone and drive, but I don't know if they passed a law about doing hangouts and driving yet. So you're muted. Yeah, I don't know what phone you have. Some you should just be able to unmute yourself. I know.
There we go.
There you go.
Okay, how's that? At the moment, I don't have anything that to ask, but I did want to say that what Matthew had said about paying attention to what you put on your Facebook, it didn't even dawn on me until he'd mentioned that, and I'm like, wow, that totally makes sense. You know, so I'll for sure be paying attention to that. But outside of that, I'm just listening to what other people are asking, and you know, hopefully in the future here I'll have some other questions to ask or to bring in.
Awesome. So I'll have the question for you. You can get back to me. I don't know if it's illegal to do hangouts and drive.
Oh, I don't know, but I'm risking it. I'm not talking. I'm not texting.
There you go. I've done it before, so I'm not mad at you.
All right.
Well, thank you so much for jumping on. I appreciate you.
Thanks, buddy.
Awesome. So next down the line is we got Dina. How are you doing, sweetie?
I'm doing pretty good. Thank you for asking, Robert. Hello, everybody. I don't have a whole lot of questions. I just have one particular one that seems to be coming up quite often from people that keep approaching me. I had this person ask me about how I felt about solo ads. Personally, I've never used them before. I know about them, but they keep asking me if they think that it would be beneficial for them for their business in Unlimited Profits and also their other business. And I just told them that you're just going to have to do some research, but how about people using solo ads or any other kind of advertisement versus building relationships?
Great question.
You want me to take this one?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead, Matthew.
All right. Well, basically, I've been through the gambit. I've tried solo ads. I've tried Craigslist. I played around with Instagram for a little bit, and I can honestly say, you know, as great as it is to have 200 leads come in, when you bring in 200 and you paid, say, $100 for 200 leads, and out of those 200 leads, you maybe get 5 of them that actually go through the videos, and maybe you get 1 upgrade. Like, I can tell you right now that building relationships on Facebook is the easiest way to get people in excited, have them go through the videos and upgrade. Just blasting your link and kind of doing solo ads and advertising will get you a lot of leads, but you know, who can follow up with 200 people before they get uninterested or forget? And even then, the people that you're advertising to will throw their information, they're throwing their information at 1,000 things. So like you do, when I used to advertise on Craigslist and solo ads, I would get like 100 leads, and then I'd go to contact them, and they'd be like, what's unlimited profits? And I'm like, the thing that you signed up for? And they're like, I don't remember signing up for unlimited profits. And then you have to pretty much re-go through the whole entire thing and teach them exactly everything, and then maybe they won't be interested, maybe they will, as where if you build a relationship with people, you're building a relationship and it doesn't cost you any money, and those people are honestly people that will go through and check out the training and stuff. So I haven't done solo ads in maybe a year and a half, so they might have changed, but honestly, blasting out your link and getting a bunch of leads has never been good for me in comparison to just building relationships. So it took me a while to learn, because I used to think that was the better and easier way, but then it always ended up me having so much leads I can never get to all the leads, and then they're stale in 5 days when I'm trying to go through 200 people. And it's just, I mean, you can get a lot of leads, but if they don't watch the videos and you can't contact them and help them upgrade, then there's no reason to advertise on that scale. So.
Awesome. Great answer, Matthew, and totally with you. You know, I know that I remember you doing some solo ads, and I was trying to help you, and it was like 50% of the phone numbers were even wrong numbers, or people in countries you didn't even speak the language. You know, so, and, you know, the other way that I look at that is, you know, at the end of the day, what we're really trying to teach people to do, like Matthew said, is to teach people the art of conversation, how to get them to know, like, and trust you and build a relationship with that person. And what I feel like a lot of people do when they look at advertising is they want to take a shortcut. So I've even seen people, you know, we've actually went out there and researched to find the best home-based business leads that you can buy in the market, bar none. And people would buy them and still wouldn't call them. So great, you didn't take the time to learn how to build rapport with people. You didn't take the time how to get them to know, like, and trust you, and tell them stories to get them interested to look at what we're doing. And now you got 100 leads in the back office, and you still don't know what to do with them. So, like Matthew said, you know, if you're getting really good at that art and can find a way to generate leads, great. But, you know, the best way to always do it is being able to reach out to people on Facebook. And here's the other thing that I really want to stress on is it duplicatable? So you never want to teach somebody in your group to do something that's not duplicatable. So now you've got a brand new person. They came in from a solo ad, and they say, well, listen, how do I make money with unlimited profits? Well, first you need to go through all the training to learn how to build a rapport with somebody. Then you got to do all the research to find the best solo ads to build relationships with them. Now I know you're paying $99 a month for the system, but now you got to come up with an extra $200 a month to now buy ads and slot away 4 to 5 hours a day to go through all these leads to build a relationship with them to get them through the system to watch the videos. I thought you said this was easy. So yeah, I've never personally done a solo ad or ever done a Craigslist ad. Not to say they don't work. I know there's some people out there that can effectively do it. But we just don't want to teach anything to people that we know that's A, not duplicatable, and B, know for a fact works. See, if I did a solo ad and I just made money and got, you know, 4 or 5 pros from a solo ad, I would say, yeah, that's awesome, but I've never done it and never had success doing it, so I wouldn't tell you to do, I would advise you not to do so. But great question.
Thanks. It's pretty much what I told these individuals too. You know, it works for some, not for all, and it's not necessarily duplicatable. And are you willing to risk investing that kind of money into leads to maybe even get one, which is not going to make your investment back anyway?
Yeah.
So that was really great. I also have another question that was brought up to me, now that I thought about it as you guys were talking, is Facebook is a great place to meet new people. What about Google Plus? I had someone actually ask me if they thought it was a good idea to even build relationships on dating sites. And I was like, I wouldn't suggest it. So besides Facebook, do you think Google Plus is another great platform to meet new people?
My initial response would be to say yeah, because I know there's a lot of people on Google Plus. I've personally never used it. So going back to, I wouldn't promote something that I know for a fact works. So I can tell you right now that I've never built a rapport with somebody on Facebook, got them to look at the system, and they upgraded as pro. Can you? I would have to say, I mean, yes, it's a social network. So if you're able to message back and forth with them, build a relationship with them, I don't see any problem on trying other things. But I also look at Facebook as being the largest and the best. You know,
Absolutely.
So now it's a situation, because I always love, you know, the second, you know, you really look at how many people like Les Brown or the book The Secret, you know, or the book Think and Grow Rich, you know, just with those three things, there's, I think it's like 2.5 million people that you can talk to. You know, so when people, I say you should go on Facebook, and they say, well, what about LinkedIn and what about Google Plus? That's like saying, listen, our goal is to drive, you know, from you know, New York to California, and I think we should all jump in this Mercedes. And then somebody goes, well, what about a Kia? I'm pretty sure a Kia would get from New York to LA. I would personally just like to drive the Mercedes there. As far as dating sites, yeah, if you're pretty like you, Dina, it might work. If somebody like me, it'd probably take me a while to get some responses. So that's an iffy one.
Thank you for the compliment, but I don't think I want to be looking for people there either.
Yeah,
thank you so much, Robert.
Yeah, no problem. And yeah, because now you're getting people that are more interested in that, you know, especially they'll just look at something just so they can get your phone number. I would strongly suggest staying away from dating sites.
I absolutely agree on that one. Thank you so much. You answered my questions. Well, they wasn't really my questions, but it's a question that keeps getting brought up, and I wanted to make sure I was also offering the same kind of information as if it was coming from you or your father, Robert. So thank you so much. Have a great night.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And since I have one of the best as far as social networking, have you heard anything about using Google Plus or anything, Matthew?
I've never personally used it. I've thought about it. I mean, I've thought about it, but it's I mean, the person to ask about Google Plus would be my father. He's the one that's kind of actually utilizing Google Plus. The only thing I use Google Plus for right now is to do Hangouts. Like I know you can add friends and into your circles and stuff without them accepting. I don't know much about it, to be honest. So I just kind of stick to what I know with Facebook. I know it works. It's been working so far, and once if Facebook does kind of dry up, then I'll look for other avenues. But as long as I can still get results on Facebook, I'm just going to stick there and stick to what I know. So.
Why reinvent the wheel, right?
Yep. That's how I'm working it. So.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Matthew. And thank you so much, Dina. Those were great questions, by the way. So next up is we got Jackie. How are you doing?
Oh, sorry. I'm like. I'm so sorry. I was like I thought you were going to our girlfriend Jennifer over here, because I know you was moving from left to right, but thank you so much. How you doing? I just wanted to let you know I'm still here. And I just actually quit my job of nursing right now, and I am because I wanted to. You know, I always can fall back on nursing. You know, that's something I've done for over 21 years, so I never will be without a job. But who needs a job when you have entrepreneurship? I am an entrepreneur. And with you and your father's help, Melody and Scott and Danielle and Randy and everybody here and Matthew, so nice to see you behind the scenes.
Nice to see you. Yeah.
So nice to see you. And just really, now I've really got my feet on the ground and out of the gate, and I'm going for it. So I did have some questions. I wanted to get on and ask a question. I love the back office, by the way. I was looking at some of the videos, and one thing I wanted to ask is the blog that we already did. I went back there to look for it because I was going to do something with it, and I noticed it's not there. So Matt, I remember your dad said that he put it you guys put it somewhere, but I forgot where you put it for people who have one.
Yeah, basically what happened.
Hold on. Jackie, can you turn your, there you go. Either that, I think you have your speakers up too loud so the microphone's getting the feedback. So, yeah, thank you. Go ahead, Matthew, sorry.
Yep, so what happened basically is we were looking at the numbers as far as the blogs were concerned, and we had some people posting on them and stuff, but my dad kind of talked about this in the pro show. He used to own a company that sold websites, and when he was doing that, he realized and noticed after a while that this thing was coming out called MySpace, and people were making public profiles, and they didn't need everybody didn't need their own website. Well, I think he's pretty good at looking ahead and seeing stuff with technology, and we just came to the decision that Facebook pages are the new blogs. I mean, Eric Worre is using it as his personal blog. He's uploading his videos now straight to Facebook instead of YouTube, and he's getting way more hits on Facebook now than YouTube. And so, I mean, we just kind of made the decision just to phase out the blogs, and some people are a little upset over it, but honestly, it's kind of like the same thing with the 200 hours of free training. You know, people were upset a little bit that we took out 200 hours of free training and put in 22 hours of training, and they're like, well, where's my 200 hours? But they only went through 2 videos. So they're mad now that they don't have 200 hours, but when they did have 200 hours, they didn't want to go through all 200 hours of it. So as far as the blogs are concerned, we just made the decision that Facebook was the new avenue. I mean, you have 1 billion, how many people are on Facebook? I think it's like almost 2 billion or something, maybe even more. So when you put a video on Facebook now instead of your blog, so you put a video on your blog, now you have to hope people go to your blog, click it, and share it where? On Facebook? So basically at this point we're like, let's just tell everybody, upload your videos on your personal Facebook blog, make a Facebook post or a Facebook page about yourself, post your videos on there, and people can share them straight from there. And I mean, you could reach 3,000 hits in a couple of hours if your video's good enough and people enjoy it and they share it and then their friends share it, and you can reach so many more people in such a short amount of time doing that than hoping some people get and see your blog, and then you have to drive traffic to your blog, and there's a whole bunch of other things with it. So yeah, my dad just made the decision that the new avenue that everybody should be hitting up on is Facebook pages. You can make a personal blog on Facebook, and that's the way to go. So
how does when you just said that about driving traffic to the blog, that was a big thing with people. They were not sure how to do that. Mm-hmm. And how is it different for a Facebook page to drive? Do you drive traffic to a Facebook page, or do you have hashtags? How does that work?
Well, like Matthew said, is when you're sharing stuff on your page, you start to get a following on there. So, to kind of piggyback on what Matthew said is that, I've had a blog, I've been using it, and when my father brought that up, that listen, everybody's going towards Facebook now. And a lot of other things, I can go into so much more detail why it's so much more valuable to have a Facebook, fan page. As far as the analytics, you can see where people are clicking, you can see how many people are liking, what videos like more than other people like. I mean, that's a whole other subject. So I say, okay, I'm accepting it. You know, some people don't like change, some people accept it. So I started taking, if you guys have noticed on my fan page, I started downloading my videos off of YouTube and putting it on my fan page. And just one of my videos, the Tiger Woods is a scam thing. You know, I had that video on my YouTube and my blog for 11 months, and it got 140 views. I put it on Facebook less than a week ago, and it's got 774 views. Just like Matt. Wow. You know, to drive traffic to it, you put it on your YouTube, to put it on your blog. So hopefully go to your blog and like your video to share it on Facebook.
Oh, so you when you put it on your I saw where you made your page Caught the Dream, and you had a lot of the same things from your YouTube on, and you put it on Facebook. So it just, because of the page itself, you didn't really have to drive any traffic to it. It just people saw the video through, you know, going through there, right?
Well, how do you drive traffic and it becomes organic? So now if you look on people's pages, you know, it shows what you like. So if anybody went to my fan page and said, wow, that's a great video from Robert, like. Now people that are your friends see, wow, Jackie liked this video from Caught the Dream. What is that? Press play. Oh, wow, I like that video. Now a friend of your friends that's a friend of their friend saw that they don't even know who I am and saw that they like the video. So yeah, you know, we could probably spend a lot more time on the importance of it, but you know, when you look at, you know, some of the major companies in the world, and you know, I even love, you know, I used to say it on the overviews, but watch commercials. Hey everybody, what do they say? Follow us on our Twitter and like us on our fan page. How often do you see you walk into a restaurant and it has those little pictures with the up thing? Hey, like us on our fan page. They don't say go to www. blah 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 our blog anymore. They used to, but like my brother said, before all this great things with Facebook, that was the best way to handle it. Times have changed.
That's so true, Robert, because I remember exactly when that started, when I was like, and you get frustrated too, because you like, in the beginning, when you didn't understand how that really worked, when you would see Mama loves Amazon, I'm like, I don't care if Mama loves Amazon, you know, but now I understand, because all of a sudden, all these things, well, your friend so-and-so, your friend this friend, that friend, likes this post, or like, for example, I like Kerrygold butter. And so I see all the other people who like Kerrygold butter. So, you know, organic cows on the hormone-free. And so it's like, then it makes sense, and then it goes around to your friends and to other people, see what you like, and then they'll go to what you have going on. I can't tell you how many times I've gone to different people's Facebook page and look at their profiles and things because of something they've liked like that. So that's a good answer. So I had just one more question, and then a statement to help you guys, maybe whoever has T-Mobile. But anyway, Matthew, what do you and Hannah, where do you go to talk to people? Because you're a Black Diamond, and and I noticed that you guys are really rocking it, and you have a lot of people. Where do you go to talk to people and build relationships on Facebook?
Yeah. Well, basically, there's a lot of different places you can go. I always say, you know, people are going to say the obvious ones, you know, go to fan pages of so-and-so that are excited and motivated. That's a good place to go to, like Eric Worre, you know, Tony Robbins. But then I also say, you know, how can you connect and build relationships with people? outside of those avenues because everybody's hitting those kinds of people. Well, it's like, oh, well, everybody's hitting everybody on Eric Worre's page. So I always recommend, you know, if you have a hobby or an interest, mine is film, I'll go to a group or a fan page of, say, a movie theater or a certain movie or that I might have just seen, and I'll see somebody that has maybe the same comment that I would have, and I'd send them a message and be like, that's a really great comment. I agree with that. I totally agree with that. That's exactly what I was thinking. What were your opinions on this, this, and that? Because we share an interest. Now we can talk about that, and then it's easier then to move on to other things like, well, you know, what do you do for a living? How often do you get to go see movies? Like what movies are you looking forward to? Well, I'm looking forward to, you know, Jurassic World and this and this and that. And then, but I can't go see them because I have to work or I can't afford to go see them. Well, if I could show you a way where you could be able to afford to go see them, would you be interested? There's $1 million question. If not, no big deal. Do you know of anyone else? And from there, you can kind of build a conversation and get them interested. So you can use your interests, your hobbies to go after people that you share a common interest with, and it's easy to talk to people like that. I mean, it's so easy for me to reach out to somebody that likes film, talk about a bunch of different movies, and then move on from there to, you know, what do you do for a living? You know, how many brothers and sisters do you have? Just all kinds of the normal questions you would ask in a conversation when you're starting to learn things about somebody. So yeah, that's an easy in to get into a conversation with somebody. So I mean, yeah, groups with hobbies and interests. So
I think that's awesome. And I wanted to just say, you brought to mind and this might, it's just a fact that, you know, a lot of people that graduated, I just found out that the statistics now, and this is important for all of us to know, that the millennials have, in 2015, and first time in history, have surpassed the baby boomer population. That's powerful. So now, you know, and you are in the millennial, Matt, millennial, and so on another time, I would love to know some of like the interests that you look for and things, so that we know how to. I'm in into the baby boomer, so to kind of know how to talk and, you know, make an interest, so that we're interested
reach out
to you.
Yeah, you're basically saying like to reach out to millennials and stuff like that and what they're interested in. And,
exactly.
And all I can say to that is, I mean, for my generation, I feel like a lot of us, I mean, we grew up on the internet. So a lot of the stuff that we are interested in, we can look up. We know that, oh, well, I'm interested in so-and-so movie. I can just go look that up right now and read every single thing about it ever that was, you know what I mean? So if you have a hobby like whether it's, you know, knitting, or whether it's, you know, cars or cameras or photography or anything like that, there's millennials out there that have those exact same interests, especially if you've been in that interest for longer than them. I mean, if you've been working and playing around with photography for, you know, 10 years, and, you know, 10 years ago a millennial was 10 years old, I mean, you might have some information that they're interested in learning. So you could talk to them like that and then be like, well, listen, I was able to get this camera for photography by doing this. If I could show you a way where you could upgrade your camera, would you be interested? And you just always keep doing that. And I mean, you can work your way and figure out how you could help them. I always say, figure out how Unlimited Profits can help them, whether it's, you know, mentally, spiritually, financially, find that need and fill it for them. I mean, that's how I would.
I think that's that helped me a lot, you know, and you know, just from the few days that I've been off, I've been really taking in a lot of information, and I'm enjoying. I'm thankful for you guys and all the work that you do, and everybody, you know, how such a family we are. Thank you for giving me this time to ask you those burning questions.
No problem.
I just wanted to say too, for anybody Do you like the GoDaddy, domains and stuff? Do you think we need that anymore? Like domains? I mean, if you have a website or something.
I would just forward your domain to either your fan page or your personal Facebook page, and it's just an easier way to go. Hey, you should like if you meet somebody and like in face to face, you go, hey, just go like my fan page. It's JackieWilliams.com. And then they can just go on and type that in, and it instantly goes to your fan page. They can like it from right there or add you as a friend, and it's just an easier avenue. So I mean, just treat it like you would treat the blog. Just forward it to the page you want everybody to go to. So.
Okay, and the only reason why I said that was because anybody who uses T-Mobile, I found this out yesterday, that they will give you a free GoDaddy, pay for GoDaddy domain if if you tell them you have a business, like you're in the UP or you have a business, Matthew Hollis LLC or something. You can if you have T-Mobile, just for anybody's information, they will give you a GoDaddy. So I just wanted to know from you, what should I, if that's still viable, if we're still using domains because since we don't have a blog now, is it good to use it for like say our Facebook or what have you? So you answered my questions.
Awesome.
I appreciate it. Thank you, Robert. Thank you, everyone. Nice to see you again.
Thanks, Jackie.
Great questions, and thank you so much, Matt, for your feedback. You're absolutely right. A lot of my videos always direct towards Cop the Dream, and what I've now done is just directed that to my Facebook fan page. So, but thank you so much. So now moving on is we're gonna go to Jennifer. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much. How are you?
Oh, blessed and highly favored. Thank you so much for jumping on.
You're welcome. Well, Jackie kind of actually already asked my question. I was going to ask what removing the blogs with unlimited profit is going to do for someone like me that loves blogs and what the new direction will be, but now I can understand why, and I see the benefits of social media. So I guess I'll ask you, it's strictly a mentorship program now, so I get asked all the time, what kind of mentorship? And I know it's mindset and it's business and it's my mentorship that will help people live a happier, more fulfilled life. But is there a simple way I can explain it?
Yeah, great question. When I get asked that, I found the most simplest way to answer that and really get people to understand is saying that, so you look at like the University of Phoenix as the biggest online college in the world. They made $4 billion last year. What are they marketing? Knowledge.
Okay.
So you can go there, spend $40,000, $50,000 to learn how to be an accountant, $80,000 to learn how to be an engineer. Well, where's the course on how to be an entrepreneur? My mentor has taught 45 people to become millionaires in the entrepreneurial realm, and what we're doing is now marketing that, because in the traditional education system, they don't teach you how to be an entrepreneur, they teach you how to work for entrepreneurs.
Right.
And when you say that to people, they go, okay, I got it.
Awesome.
Now, of course, to be an entrepreneur, you've got to have the right mindset. You've got to be motivated. You do have to have the education of what to do, but you don't have to go into all that when trying to explain it to somebody. They get it. They get it that way very, very quickly.
Okay. I'll definitely try that out.
Yeah, so does that kind of help you out?
Yeah, definitely. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for jumping on. I appreciate it.
I appreciate it too. Bye.
Thank you. So the next person that we're going to have on here is Mr. Johnny. How you doing, sir?
Hi, can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear, sir.
All right, how are you today? I don't really have a question. I just signed up to Pro last week. So this is my first Q&A. I was invited a few minutes ago, so I was glad I was able to get on. I'm learning a lot just in these last 30 minutes since I've been here. I guess if I do have a question, what would you suggest for someone who's just getting started in the pro business? to reach out to others who can also learn from this valuable source?
Great question. And first off, very, very nice to meet you, and welcome to the family.
Thank you.
And yeah, the first thing that you should be doing as far as how to reach out to other people, the biggest thing that I tell people is you got to be a product of the product. And what I mean by two different things is, one is you should really, really take the time to go through some of the testimonials, if not all of them, as soon as you can, and be able to learn everybody's story. Because everybody's story that we have, relates to pretty much every personality type and also almost every situation of different people out there. So there's a term out there that facts tell, stories sell. A lot of people feel like when they first get started that they want to tell people all about, oh my gosh, we've got this crazy capture pages and this and this hours of training and all that kind of stuff. In reality, you just need to be telling stories until you have your own story. So the next part of it is to go through that pro mentorship, and when I say go through it, you gotta learn it. I've always can tell when somebody's a pro that they've gone through the mentorship course versus they've learned it. Because now when you can tell your story, oh my gosh, you need to check this out because it gave me more confidence. It helped with my communications. It motivated me. It inspired me. Whatever your story is, and listen, Johnny, I know if you go through this that it's going to benefit you and your family. See, when you can effectively tell your story because it's helped you, that's where you'll start to have success. And not only just because of telling stories, but the best thing that everybody's heard me say it over and over again is when you focus on helping people, in return you have success. So there's a big difference between saying, listen, Johnny, you really need to check out this capture page, because once you start going through these free trainings, most people that go through those free trainings upgrade as a pro member, and that means I make $50 a month off you. See, I know nobody's saying that, but how many people can agree with me that you can smell a salesman a mile away? You can tell when somebody's got a hidden agenda. Versus, Johnny, I think you need to really check this out. When I first started going through this mentorship, man, I had no confidence. I wasn't good at communication. I didn't have a vision of my future. I was taught life sucks and then you die. And then my mind expanded. I started getting excited for my future and knowing what I could do with my life. My confidence went up in all areas. I got better at my job. I was better with my relationships and my friends. And it's absolutely changed my life, man. And regardless of what you do with this information, I know it's going to benefit you and your family. See, that's a different story. So the sooner that you can tell your story, the better. Until you have your story, learn other stories. So does that kind of help you out?
Oh, that helps a lot. I really appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem, man. And welcome to the family. I know there's a lot going on and a lot to take in, but man, I know you're going to really benefit from this stuff, and I can't wait to get to know you a little bit better. Please reach out to me. I'd love to do a hangout with you just personally, so I can help you out personally and get to know you a little bit.
That sounds great. Thank you. I will.
Hey, thank you so much, Johnny. I appreciate you jumping on.
All right.
And next up is we have Melody. How are you doing, sweetie? Uh-oh, you there? Looks like you froze for a second. Come on, acute.
Oh my goodness, just as you said hello, my computer completely froze. I had no mouse. I am blessed and highly favored. There's no other way to be. So glad to be here. Yeah, Robert, you've answered some of these questions so amazingly, and Matthew, wow, I'm so glad you're here because you've really explained a lot of things as far as the blog and using Facebook and everything. Hollis Brothers, dynamic duo, awesome information tonight. So I'm really glad that I'm here. And I really, my questions were already asked. So I'm just sitting here taking notes just as fast as I can. I can't wait to replay because I've missed a few things. As somebody asked a question earlier, and just, you know, they asked Matthew, or Jackie asked Matthew where he finds people, and, you know, I'll tell you, I use Facebook. That's it. I have so many friends on there that I've never even talked to yet. For some reason, they send a friend request, and I'm just starting at the A's and working my way through. The one tip I would like to tell people, though, is just make sure they're on the web and not on mobile. It's a lot easier to have a conversation. You can see in the chat bar that they're on the web and not on a mobile, because a lot of times when they're on mobile, they're either driving or at work, and you're not going to be able to have a substantial conversation with them. So that's all I wanted to add. Yay, Ryder! Buddy!
Ryder time!
Ryder
Say hi, everybody.
Oh.
Say
I have a question. I have a question for Ryder. Why are you so handsome?
Because my last name is Hollis. You're my little champion. I love you. You're a winner. Say bye, everybody.
Love you, Ryder.
Sorry, Melody. Were you asking a question? I got distracted.
You know, so did I. It's all good. That was the greatest. I always love when Ryder comes to say goodnight to Daddy. So, yeah, no, I have nothing important to say. You guys are rocking and rolling. I'm out of here.
Melody, you always have something important to say. Excuse me. Thank you so much for jumping on. I appreciate you. And I was about to say, you weren't on the very beginning. It wouldn't be a Q&A without you. So thank you so much for jumping on, sweetie.
I tried. I was trying, but, you know, we're having technical issues over here. So, yeah, and I even told you earlier, I'll see you on the Q&A, and then my computer was not letting me do it. So I'm glad I finally got here. I'm going to go back and rewatch it from the beginning, though. Love you guys.
Love you, too. Thank you so much, Melody. So last but not least is Mr. Rob. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing very well. How are you doing?
Blessed and highly favored, my friend. Better now that you're on here.
Oh, thank you. That's very nice of you. Actually, I don't have a question, but there's a couple of things that Dina was saying earlier when you guys were answering her questions, and I want to add a little bit of input, if I may.
Yeah, absolutely.
So regarding the question about Facebook versus Google Plus or any of the other social media, your father's been very clear that until you master Facebook, stay away from everything else. That's my paraphrase of what he says. As far as buying leads are concerned, it's all about duplication. And the way I would tell people is that I wouldn't even be wishy-washy about it. I would say it's like the way we do things, the way we teach people is a way that is very highly duplicatable. And it's like buying leads is not that. So I would recommend that you stay away from it and just leave it at that.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm totally with you. And just like what Matthew said, I mean, the amount of people on Facebook, it's just ridiculous. You know, I truly believe that it'll never be saturated. So why, if it's working for others, why would somebody try to reinvent the wheel? I just don't get it.
Exactly. It's like, you know, the numbers play out. It's like if you're having trouble finding people, it's like you're not looking hard enough.
Absolutely. Or not going through the training and doing what we taught you to do.
Yeah, I would agree. But yeah, so anyways, I'll leave it at that. And it's good to see everybody on here. It's always great to see everybody's faces, and I can't wait until we have a chance to have our own convention and meet face-to-face and hug and cry and all those fun things together.
Absolutely, man. I can't wait to meet you in person. I know it'll be soon, man, so I appreciate you so much for jumping on.
Appreciate you as well. Take care.
Take care. So we're right at 7 o'clock. I saw Doug jumped in last minute here. Do you want to ask anything before we close this out, brother?
Yeah, just when you send out the links for these events and everything, do they go out to everybody? Like, I have people hit me up from other groups, and they ask questions like, well, I've never seen you before, I've never seen Melody, or things like that. And I say, well, are you watching the events? How could you not see, So I just wondered, if everybody was getting the same information that we get.
Yeah, if everybody's gone through the check marks, they should have signed up for the mailing list, which I know we blast out the events through the mail, through emails. Also, I know me and Matthew, we always post the links not only on the Unlimited Profits page, but also the Unlimited Profits Pro page, and I do it personally. Now, as far as what somebody does after that, if somebody brought somebody in and they don't tell them to sign up to the email list, they don't include them in the Unlimited Profits group page, and they don't promote the events that we're having, we can't help those people.
I understand that.
I also want to chime in too. We don't mass email everybody with any events other than the pro show, and the reason for that is we can email all paying members, which now are only 99. So if I went in and said, listen, email everybody that there's going to be a Q&A tonight, I think 100,000. It would try to send 100,000 emails. So at this point, what we do is we post all the shows on Facebook. They get shared to all the groups. They get shared on the Success in Minutes fan page, the Unlimited Profits fan page, my father's fan page, both the groups. So from there, the link is there. They're also always on roberthollis.tv. So if you ever have anyone that's going, well, when's the next show? Other than the pro shows, the Spanish and the other than those shows, everything's on Robert Hollis TV. The live lead calls, the Q&A, all the shows are on there other than the Diamond Show. I forgot isn't on there as well. But yeah, so if you ever have anybody going, well, when's the next event? I don't know when the next event is. RobertHollis.tv has all the events. So
yeah,
and a lot of people don't know this, which is kind of funny. But if you're a pro member and you go to Tools and Training, you can go and get a capture page of RobertHollis.tv. And it's a capture page with all the live events. So you'll have the live events there, and then you can capture their information on there. A lot of people don't utilize that enough. I think it's a really cool tool. So just thought I'd bring that up since we're talking about it. But
I get all your stuff, Matthew. I'm a big fan of you. I was just wondering about the other people. Like I said, if everybody was getting it.
Yep.
And maybe that needed to be put on a page or something so that they wake up.
And what I always do is that really cool graphic that Matthew got, that he made up. I shared that, or I copied that on my desktop. So anytime somebody goes, well, when are you guys having events? I didn't know about that. I send them that, and it's like same place, same time, every single week. So there might be new people that weren't approved to that, and we can't help everybody as far as if they were brought in by somebody and they weren't told to join with the groups, but we're trying our best.
Boy, hey, I got, nothing but praise and worship and glory to you guys. You do an absolutely wonderful job.
Well, back to you, brother. I love you so much, and I just so honored to be working with you and have you part of the team, man. I appreciate you.
Thanks a lot.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for jumping on. And with that said, we're right at the end of the hour, so I just want to thank each and every one of you for jumping on here, and also for everybody that participated. The Q&A show would just be dead air if me and the Black Diamonds just decided to jump on and answer each other's questions. So I really want to thank everybody for jumping on. I also want to give a special shout out to Matthew for jumping on here. I think you provided a lot of value and content to everybody out there, and just want to thank each and every one of you for jumping on. And tomorrow, if you didn't know, is the pro shows at 6 Pacific Standard Time. You should be able to find your link not only in your email, but also in the back office underneath the pro show, and I can't wait for tomorrow. So thank you guys so much. God bless, and we'll see you tomorrow on the pro show.
Good night, everybody.